You want to actually?
No, guys. But like, say for example, you have a business, right? And this business has been in your family for about 8 generations. Let's assume it's a restaurant, right? And your great grandmama and granddaddy started this little restaurant with this specific recipe and this specific goal in mind for the restaurant, right? So they take the recipe and the philosophy behind the business and they pass it on to each successive generation. And it comes to your generation. And you just decide, say, screw it, I'm going to completely redo the business to fit the current times. Now let's say, as a result, as a negative side effect of them keeping with this tradition and the recipe and whatnot, the business is starting to lose money, which happens if you don't change to fit times, right? But, as I say, even though you've been losing business, your customers are indescribably happy, right? They're happy as can be, although their numbers aren't as big as the Italian restaurant across the street. They're happy, and that's the main point of the business, to make sure that your customers are happy, right? But then you decide to change everything to try to compete with the more modern restaurant across the street, right? Say you do that. Then, as a result, your business starts to reflect the one across the street. It starts to lose its distinctness, right? And yeah, you make more money, you get more customers, but that core sense of happiness and contentness goes away, right? You lose it. You lose the soul of your business by trying to accommodate the current times. Now, take the same situation and just assume you kept with the traditions of your ancestors. You would keep that same happy customer base. You're basically foregoing profit and numbers or quantity for quality. All right? That's apostolic succession. The reason why the church maintains apostolic succession at any cost, even if they have to depose a bishop or depose a patriarch or go against the government or the emperor or what have you, they keep apostolic succession because it's a matter of quality and not quantity. Now, I'm not by any means saying anything against my brothers and sisters of the Protestant faith or what have you, or the Protestant tradition. It's just, you have to ask the question, is it more important to reflect the current culture in your church, or have your culture reflect the church? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, do you choose to make your church friendly to 2012, or do you keep your church faithful to Christ and the apostles and the fathers and mothers of the church for 2012 years? You know what I'm saying? I think it's best and more important that the faith comes first above all things, including culture. Because if you have the church insist on playing to the culture of the times, then you lose. To be honest, you lose. Because what did the apostles do? What did Paul do in his writings? He never told the churches in Corinth, the churches in Thessalonica Thessalonica to
Mr. Greek over here.
the Roman, leave it alone, to adapt to the Roman culture. No. Paul said in his writings, that you stick to Christ above the government.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even if the government says, okay, well, Christians, we want y'all to do what we want to do. Paul said, no, screw you. Our loyalty is to Christ and to Christ alone. We don't give a damn time. We're going to stick to our faith at all costs. And when you lose that, you're sort of losing.
You're losing the core of what the church is supposed to be at that point. You're losing the core of the church.
Like when Christ came, and then like the Pharisees and other people like that were interrogating him because the prophecies were about the King of the Jews and all that. Mm-hmm. They asked Christ, "Well, where's your kingdom? Are you supposed to be like reigning over Caesar and taking the place of Caesar?" And that's why a lot of the people there got mad, because they were loyal to the Roman Empire.
They saw it as a usurpation of their power.
Right. What did Jesus say? Jesus said, like, no, my kingdom's not of this earth, man. So he's like, I'm not here to usurp the culture. I'm not here to usurp the government and like mingle with it. No, because I'm preparing y'all for stuff that goes beyond current times. And when you take your church and you have it like mingle to the point where your church looks like the outside culture, then you're losing the church. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That's the important part of apostolic succession, is to check and balance system throughout centuries to say, okay, have you stuck with what the apostles gave or what Christ taught? No, you haven't? Well, then you kind of need to reevaluate what you're doing. That's my version of a fireside chat.
You're smoking cigars, talking about church history.
Are you still recording?